How you doing, guys? I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Today is Saturday where I'm at. Today I wanted to throw up a quick video on this MP-52 Plus Skywarp. Finally, BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store, came through and shipped my copy. Granted, it's been probably about 2 weeks since I got it, but I just had a chance to play with it today, transforming it back and forth. Really cool toy. So I'd figure why not? Maybe someone out there may want to see another video in regards to this guy. So here we are. Again, this is MP-52 Plus, which is based on the MP-52 Starscream mold, and they also made a Thundercracker, which we'll see later on the video. But this is the outer box that it comes in. I think a lot of the masterpieces, at least for the last 2 years or so, or three maybe, have been coming with these outer cardboard boxes. But pretty run-of-the-mill standard box. If you've seen that one, you've seen them all. But here's the main box. I love this thing. I like obviously the raised, almost stamped type a look to Skywarp there, and airplane and robot mode, and the logo, etc. Really cool. I love the way they do this packaging. And then obviously on the back, like always, you get the product shots, which again are really cool. I love that they include the different the scenes that you can reenact from the G1 cartoon, which is pretty cool. You guys could see there, that's from the intro. And they're showing you could do pretty much the same thing there. They kind of just show you all the accessories that it comes with, which I will show you in a second. There's a Gearwalk mode, which I don't really use. I guess it's for mid-transformation, the different faces, and all the text that I can't read. But really cool. I do keep these. I think they look really cool, the box itself, and also, for resale value, I think these things, most folks would appreciate having the box. So that's a main thing. And here's the actual toy transformer thingamajig. I've been waiting so long for this one. Like I said, for some reason, it seems like every other online store were shipping these out earlier this year, and I just got mine about 2 weeks ago from Big Bad Toy Store. But I want to say that the wait was definitely worth it. I thought Thundercracker was my favorite color seeker. I think when I opened this guy, I think the matte, I guess, gray or dark gray really stood out to me. And then I think mixed in with the purple, it just makes him look really cool. It's very G1 again. So if G1 is your thing, this is definitely it. I think even the underside, you guys could see it there. That's pretty much what he looked like in the cartoon. You guys, and again, this is pretty much the same mold as Starscream, which then came Thundercracker, exact same thing, just in different colors. But for whatever reason, just the combination of Skywarp, his dark gray with the purple just sticks out a lot more, and it just made him look more appealing. Not that the other two, Starscream and Thundercracker are great, but I thought at one point that this was going to be my least favorite, but I think color-wise, this is my most favorite one, I think. And again, really cool that they've been able, to do the jet mode. Pretty accurate, I'd say. So let's put them aside for a second. We'll put them there. You do get a couple of things with this guy. You get pretty similar to Thundercracker and Starscream, this base, which comes in three pieces, which is these two, and then the actual stand here. And you can put this together, and this section here, you can put you can use it in airplane mode, you can use it in robot mode. You get this little, again, similarly to Starscream and Thundercracker, this little plastic piece, which you can essentially put in here, and then this goes in there to hold the robot mode, and he can hold, some flying poses, some takeoff poses, etc. I don't mind this thing. I wish it would have been a little, maybe giving him the ability to go a little higher. Maybe have this telescope a little out, because in flight, in airplane mode, it's fine. I think in robot mode is where you run into, it's not enough height, at least for me. Also, this little piece, similarly to Starscream and Thundercracker, once you have it in there, it's really hard to take off. You have to go on the underside and sort of push it out from there to avoid any breakage. But again, that's something you get that you can use if you want to display him in airplane mode or robot mode, maybe hovering. We'll put that aside. You also get, again, same like Starscream and Thundercracker, you get a couple of effects. These go on his thrusters, or, what is essentially the back of his feet. And you could put them in there, and, it looks like he's very swooshable, like, really cool. You can put those there. The other thing that you get is all these different firing effects, I guess, or blast effects, for lack of a better word. So you can put these on his null rays, and it looks like this one looks like he's firing. This one looks like he's been hit, or he's sitting something with it. And this looks like the blast effect about to come out. And I think you're able to maybe, no, you can't. I thought maybe you can combine them, but you really can't. I don't really use these unless I'm doing some kind of photography, or I want to take pictures. But they're really cool. I like that they include them. You also get, he already has one of his faces on, so you get 4 in total. And you get this phase where he looks like he's like, screaming. You get this one where I think this is the one I may use. That's definitely Skywarp, and this one too. So you get those 3, and then in robot mode, I'll show you, he has one on already. You also get this cool Megatron in gun mode, so you can reenact that one time when he held him and was using him to shoot Autobots. Really cool. Very well done. A lot of nice detail. The Autobot, Decepticon insignia. Really cool stuff. I like that they included that again if you want to reenact some scenes. In addition to that, you also get a cool card, Skywarp, and all his stats there, so you could see vehicle, robot mode, etc. And of course your big set of instructions, which are in black and white. I'm glad that I already have experience transforming this guy, so I didn't really need to use the instructions too much. Plus, there are a couple of great YouTube videos out there, just because these are in black and white, and my eyes are not what they used to be. So, and you guys could see they're pretty big. So that's pretty much everything you get with the guy. It's very similar to what came with Thundercracker. And I guess just real quick, I'll do some vehicle mode comparisons if I can get both of these guys here. So this is, if I'm remembering correctly, this is MP-11. This is a US version. I got this at Toys R Us years ago. This is a really cool figure, and I actually, in all honesty, I think I like this vehicle mode a tad better than this one. This one's not bad by any means. This one's awesome, the one on my left hand. But the one on the right, I don't know. I think they did such a great job with this vehicle mode that, you guys could see them both together there. You could see, Skywarp, and it's a bit more panely here on the top comparison. This cleans up, I think, a little better. And let's look at the undersides. I don't know if you guys could see them there. But yeah, just want to show you guys those. Really neat. I really like this MP-11. He got retired to my official vehicle mode guy once I got, MP-52 Starscream. Really cool. And I had this other guy laying around. This is Skywarp. This is Generations, I believe, Skywarp. I've had this guy for a while already now. It's been quite a couple of years, but you guys could see him there. Again, this guy's more like almost black rather than the gray from the cartoon. This wasn't a bad figure, but I mean, obviously, it's no comparison, right? These are two different price points. So, but just figure I'd show them off there. Really cool. I think other than that, then I won't go through transformation. I did do a transformation video for Starscream, and I will go ahead and probably put a link at the end of the video if you want to watch it. It's actually a pretty long video on that guy. So, and the transformation is very, very similar. It's the same, but I think my overall thoughts on this vehicle mode is great. You know, if you like the other Starscream and Thundercracker, it's really cool. You know, I think it's very faithful to the cartoon. As you guys can see here, you also get to put it comes with some wheels if that's something you want to use there. So you guys could put those away if need be. And really cool. You know, I can't complain about this mode. It's really nice. And like I said, I think the color stood out a bit more than Starscream and Thundercracker for me. Cool stuff. And yeah, the cockpit opens and chair moves back and forth. Really nice. And then we'll go through robot mode and some comparisons. Okay, guys, so here we are back in robot mode, which, as you guys could see, it is awesome. I love the fact that I now have Skywarp added to my collection. If you like Starscream, if you like Thundercracker, this is just more of the same. It's just Skywarp. But again, it's just really cool to be able to now have this guy in robot mode. The cool thing is, I think on my end, at least I haven't had any issues with the ankles. I know with Starscream, his ankles on my copy were really loose. On Thundercracker, they were a little better, but on this one, they're perfectly fine. He stands very stable. You guys could see him standing there. Really cool. Again, the gray with the dark gray and the light gray and the purple, I think makes this guy really stand out in comparison to Thundercracker and Starscream. So I'm really liking the way this guy came out. Really cool. I like the fact that at least it looks like in the torso here, they may have used a bit of metal, perhaps, at least here. So it gives it a bit of a heft, you know, a bit more weight when you sort of grab him. I love the fact, again, with the transformation, they were able to clean up a lot of the things that the previous mold sort of had, like the wings go really hidden here in the legs here, which is really cool. I love the fact that, again, you know, similarly to Thundercracker and Starscream, they've managed to just clean up the back. It looks pretty, you know, cartoon accurate, which is really nice, the way the wings fold and everything tabs in. The back, again, I think they've done an awesome job cleaning that up, and I think it really, you know, helps the whole cartoon accuracy and look, if that's something, you know, from G1 that you're going for. Again, he's got a good, you know, good feeling weight to him. You know, you get your standard, like, you know, your legs, the knees, his ankles they're also in a rocker here. You know, you can put him in various poses. It is a very poseable figure. You know, the arms, the fingers are all fully articulated individually. You can move them. There's his palm. You know, he gets your standard arm. You could put these in a variety of positions. Really cool. The head also moves. You can pull it out if you needed to for whatever reason, make him look up, but looks a little weird. But it does fully rotate. But really cool figure. I guess he could do a bit of a split. He's got the skirts here if for whatever reason you want to put him in a really exaggerated split pose, I won't be doing that. But again, you know, you guys can see the skirts. It's got flaps here that you can move. And the knees have good ratchets on them. I haven't had any issues with them. I didn't have any issues with Starscream or Thundercracker either. I think they did a really good job here with the faces, and these you can interchange. You can just literally just pull it out, and you see here there's like tabs, and you can put on the different faces. The faces are similar to the Starscream and Thundercracker faces, so but there you go. Again, I love this mold. I'm glad that they were able to sort of redo it and make this pretty much cartoon accurate. Again, no complaints from my end as far as the figure itself and how it looks. The transformation itself can be a bit complex, and you know, I'll link. I'll put a link at the end of this video to my Starscream transformation. The legs are no issue. I think once you start getting into the cockpit and moving the wings around, you do start getting into some very close tolerances and having to bend things a bit. But it's not too bad. It just takes a bit of care with it. I did have, and I don't know if you could see it, but there's a part here in the wing that unfortunately out of the box had a bit of a stress mark right here, this tab. So yours may not have that, but just something to be careful for. And then unfortunately, I don't know if I did this during transformation, but you guys could see that it looks like some of the gray rubbed off on here. I haven't tried to clean it or wipe it yet, but again, doesn't bother me too much, I guess. It doesn't really ruin what it's overall really great figure for me. And I'd figure we maybe could do a quick comparison with my other Skywarps that I have here. So here you go, MP-52, really cool figure. I guess we could start with this no comparison there, right? This is the Generations figure from way back. This is actually a really cool toy. I think if they had found a way to hide this back here, it would have been really cool. But really nice. You guys could see it there. Again, obviously no comparison. So we'll put him off to the side. Here he is next to, actually, let's do Siege Skywarp here. And again, you know, this is transformed into a whole different model, right? This is a Tetrajet, different price point, etc. So this is not necessarily G1. Really cool toy. This one actually does have a waist rotation, which none of the Masterpiece Seeker toys have waist rotation. You can move his waist forward, but you'll start finding that it's connected, right? So he can do an ab crunch, but it's held on by this here. So if you needed him to look down, he can, and it looks really nice actually looking down, right? You could see him there looking like, hey, why are you so small? But it's held on by that. But again, you know, it's something that he could do. But I find it really interesting that I think so far, at least officially, official toys anyway, this is the only Starscream mold or Seeker mold that I've seen that has any sort of waist rotation. So we'll put the guy aside. Then we'll put him next to, here is Skywarp from Earthrise. From War for Cybertron Earthrise. Again, a really cool toy. This one also has the same thing as the Generations one, where the cone's just hanging off in the back. It would have been really cool if they found a way to hide that. But again, you guys could see them both there together. Again, no comparison. It's a whole different look. I guess this is trying to emulate G1 with some toy. This is pure cartoon G1. But just, and again, different price points, different sizes. So not really much of a comparison there, but just thought I'd throw them all together. And in case you wanted to see the what I call the Skywarp family, there you go. that's all the Skywarps that I have. Interesting and neat seeing them all there together, the different colors and purples and grays, etc. But really cool. So the next thing I guess we could compare him to, and I think it'd be interesting to see if hopefully Takara or Hasbro updates now this mold. This is based on the MP-11 Starscream mold. This is I think it's Dirge, if I'm remembering. Sorry if I have that wrong, correct me. But this thing is very fiddly. It doesn't really stand up too well. And if I pick him up by the torso, he kind of starts transforming on its own. The back on this guy's and Starscream was very similar as well. The MP-11 that I have, as you guys can see, is just a mess. Granted, I know the cone heads are slightly different, but I mean, you guys could see the cleanup job here. It's like awesome, and then here it's just like hanging out. So well, I do hope they make new Masterpiece Decepticons. I also do hope that somewhere along the line they decide to clean these guys up. I do have all three of them, Ramjet, Thrust, and Dirge. But these guys, I like them. I got these on sale, actually. But when I look at something like this, and granted this is, again, newer, it's just stark difference. Just seeing them there side by side. Really cool. So we'll take this guy away. The next thing we could put him to is next to his buddy. Here he is next to Starscream. And this is where, for me, this whole thing just really starts to come together, because this was always what I always wanted as a child. Just the Seekers there. And again, exact same mold, but just the colors, right? Just sort of make them stand out apart. And then the next guy that we could put him next to is Thundercracker. So here he is next to Thundercracker. And again, for me, this is like my mark out moment. This is where I'm like, oh my God. It's so awesome. So awesome to see these three guys together. This is the main reason why I'm so happy they decided to redo these Seekers. I know, Seekers is what they make a ton of, but really cool that they were able to clean them up. And now we can have these three guys together. And the hope is that perhaps eventually they may decide to do the cone heads. Let's put these guys aside for now. And then the next thing would be... here he is next to Soundwave. And here he is next to Megatron. And I think height-wise, I don't mind Megatron being that much taller than the Seekers. I do think these guys should at least be the same size as Soundwave. Maybe they'll redo a Soundwave but make him smaller. I'm not sure. But again, really cool to be able to have all these figures together. And then if you guys wanted to see any sort of comparisons to any Autobots, here he is next to Optimus Prime. And you guys can see the size comparison there, right? Which again, I think is pretty accurate. And here is Bumblebee. So really cool. Again, I think the scale, for Masterpiece works. I think the way they've redone the sizing of this guy is really cool. But I think I'm probably just gonna end the video here. I hope you got something out of it. I think as far as the figure itself is really nice. If this is something that you were looking forward to, like I was, to get these three Seekers, and now they're all here. This is my childhood right here. It's really cool to see all these guys just together. And like I said, we have a Megatron here, and we have Soundwave, which I think they complement each other really, really well. But I mean, other than the price, I know these things are getting up there. I believe Skyward was up past $200. So they are getting pretty pricey, you know. But for me, I think not having any other older seekers other than MP-11, it was really cool to be able to get now Skywarp along with Thundercracker and Starscream and the whole G1 cast there. But a really cool toy. I think if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I would highly recommend this toy if it's something you're able to sort of get your hands on. It's really cool. Other than that, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stay safe out there and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.